Happy morning, dear students. Today's topic is tricuspid atresia. Here, this condition comes under the cyanotic heart disease. Okay, that cyanotic heart diseases comes under the right to left shunt. So, deoxygenated blood may enter into the oxygenated side. Here, the child is suffer with the cyanosis in these conditions. Okay, what is tricuspid atresia? Here, the tricuspid, where it is there means in between the right atrium and then right ventricle. In between one valve is there. That valve is called as tricuspid. Here, this tricuspid is having atresia. Atresia means what happened? Here the absence or it is that is not there. Okay, structural, it is a congenital malformation is there. So, child is suffer with the atresia of the tricuspid. Where it is this tricuspid means in between the right atrium and then right ventricle. Here the tricuspid valve is there. So, here child is suffered with the tricuspid atresia here. Okay, all of you clear? Mostly in this condition, the clinical features are like an tetralogy of palate conditions. Okay, what is the tetralogy of palate? Already this class is over. So, under the tetralogy of palate, 4 conditions is there. That is ventricular septal defect, VSD, pulmonary stenosis, overriding of the aorta, or and right ventricular hypertrophy. Mostly these clinical manifestations are like an tetralogy of palate like. Okay, this is about the tricuspid atresia. All of you clear? What is tricuspid atresia? The tricuspid valve is absent or absence is there because of the congenital malformation. This atresia is there. Okay, this is about the tricuspid atresia. Okay, coming to the introduction. Okay, what is tricuspid atresia? Tricuspid atresia involves the absence of tricuspid valve and hypoplasia of the right ventricle. Here the hypoplasia, here the development will not be there in the right side of the heart. So, here the right side of the heart is having hypoplasia because of congenital malformation it is there, and it is associated defects such as ASD, atrial septal defects, VSD, ventricular septal defects, or patent ductal arteriosus are necessary for the survival. Here, in this tricuspid atresia, these are the conditions is associated defects is there for the survival. Here, the tricuspid atresia accounts for 1 to 3% of congenital heart diseases it is there. Okay, how much it is associated in the congenital heart disease? Means 1 to 3% only these conditions is present in the children. Okay, that is atresia is there, the absence of the tricuspid valve is there. Okay, and coming to the what are the conditions is associated means, here the atresia means closed or absent. Tricuspid atresia results in a number of problems. That is the tricuspid valve is closed or absent. Here the valve is closed or absent. Look at here, this is the right ventricle, how much it is there? No, it is very small. No? So, here the tricuspid valve is closed or absent, and the right ventricle is very small. Here the right ventricle is very small, and then pulmonary artery is also having narrow. Here the pulmonary artery, where it is comes from the right ventricle. No, here the pulmonary artery also is having narrow, and then pulmonary wall may be blocked. Here sometimes here the pulmonary valve also may be block is there. These are the tricuspid valve associated problems. All of you clear? And coming to the definition. Here the definition. Definition is a congenital absence or agencies of the tricuspid valve with no direct communication between the right atrium and the right ventricle. So, here the communication was not there because the immature development of right ventricle is there. Here the tricuspid is having absence or agencies is there. So, this is about the definition of tricuspid atresia. The incidence is 0.06 per 1000 live births is there. I said no, 1 to 3% of congenital heart diseases it is there, but whenever we are comparing in 1000 live births, 0.06% only their children is affected with this congenital Cyanotic heart disease. The prevalence in the clinical series of congenital heart disease, the prevalence rate is 1 to 2.4% is there. The survival of the baby will be either ASD or VSD or patent ductus arteritis. That time only baby is survive. Okay, this is about the prevalence of tricuspid atresia. And coming to the pathophysiology and then etiology. With a tricuspid atresia, systemic venous return enters the right atrium and cannot continue into the right ventricle. The blood flows across the atrial septal opening into the left atrium. What happened here in this pathophysiology, because of atresia, because of absence, because of the close of the underdevelopment of the right ventricle, what happened, the deoxygenated blood, that is the blood whatever is enter into the right atrium, it cannot continues into the right ventricle. So the flow is having some obstruction. So again it is enter into the left atrium. Why? Because here the opening is there, so it may enter through the atrial septal defect. One of the associated defect, no, atrial septal ASD is there, no, so it may enter again into the left side of the atrium. Okay, the pulmonary blood flow occurs through the patent ductus arteriosus or VSD. Here the ventricle septal defect is there, no, so from here again this blood goes to the pulmonary artery. Okay, so along with the VSD, this blood goes to the pulmonary circulation, and the main clinical feature of in this condition is cyanosis, because the purification will not be there properly. So the pulmonary artery is having narrow at the same time. What happened, the ventricle, that is right ventricle, is having atresia or obstruction or absence is there. So again the recirculation will be there, the mixing of the oxygenated and then deoxygenated blood is there. So here the right to left hand is there. Child is suffered with the cyanosis, and then child is suffered with the tachypnea, and then feeding difficulties is there. These are the clinical features. Okay, all of you clear? What happened in this pathophysiology? The tricuspid atresia, systemic venous return enters the right atrium, cannot continue the right ventricle. The flows across the ASD. So because of ASD, atrial septal defect, again this right atrium blood may enter into the left atrium. So what happened? The pulmonary blood flow occurs through the patent ductus arteriosus and then VSD. So child is so here the what happened, mixing of the oxygenated and then deoxygenated blood, child is suffered with the cyanosis. All of you clear? Okay, and next coming to the diagnostic evaluations, whenever we are auscultating, the murmurs vary depending on the associated lesions. So that is a single second heart sound is there. Okay, that is whenever we are auscultation, we will recognize child is having single second heart sounds. And coming to the chest X-ray, the pulmonary vascular marking related to the amount of pulmonary blood flow. Okay, usually the pulmonary blood flow is decreased because the narrowing is there, no, here the pulmonary blood flow is decreased, normal to slight increase the cardiac Sill-Houghton. Okay, here so child is suffered with the cyanosis. Because of pulmonary blood flow is decreased, child is suffered with the cyanosis. Whenever we are checking the X-ray, the pulmonary marking is we will recognized. Okay, and next coming to the ECG, the superior axis and the right and then left atrial hypertrophy and then left ventricular hypertrophy we will see in the ECG. Okay, and next one is a two-dimensional echocardiogram, identifies the atric tricuspid valve and hypoplastic right ventricle, and droplet study and color flow mapping documents the right to left atrial shunt and the size of patent ductus arteriosus or VSD. I said no, in introduction itself it is associated with the ASD, VSD and then patent ductus arteriosus is there, because that defects the child is survival. Okay, otherwise what happened, there is no VSD, there is no ASD, what happened, obstruction is there, so child is suffered with the cyanosis and then mortality rate is high. Okay, this two-dimensional echocardiogram shows that the child is suffered with the VSD, ASD and then patent ductus arteriosus and then hypoplastic of the right ventricle is there. Okay, this is about the two-dimensional echocardiogram. And coming to the cardiac catheterization may be necessary to decline the anatomy. Okay, here how far the defects is there in this tricuspid atresia, everything should be ruled out under the cardiac catheterization only. Okay, these are the diagnostic evaluations. All of you clear? And coming to the medical management, for the stabilization, here to stabilize the child, so you should give the PGE1. Means PGE1 infusion should be administered, that is prostaglandins should be administered to stabilize. What are the prostaglandins? Here they should administer the digoxin and then diuretics. You should be Lasix also should be administered. Intubate and then ventilate as needed. If that child is suffering with the severe cyanosis, should be intubate. Okay, and inotropic supports are needed. Here the drugs also should be given, that is inotropic drugs, the digoxin and then diuretics also should be administered. Infective endocarditis means a child is suffered with the bacterial or fungal cardiac problems, infections, no? So the prophylactic management is needed for the lifelong. Okay, this is about the medical management. And coming to the surgical management of tricuspid atresia, the first stage, the first surgery for the neonates, that is BT shunt. It indicates for if pulmonary insufficient is there. Here the what happened, the pulmonary artery is having narrowing, no? So BT shunt is needed for surgical intervention for those who are suffered with this tricuspid atresia. In the neonatal period only should be done this BT shunt. And then pulmonary artery band, okay, and it indicates if pulmonary blood flow is excessive. Okay, so you should give the pulmonary artery band. Okay, and then next, no treatment is required for the pulmonary blood flow is balanced. Okay, if it is pulmonary blood flow is normal, there is no narrowing is there in the pulmonary artery, that time it is not needed for the pulmonary blood flow. No treatment is needed for the normal blood flow of the pulmonary artery. Okay, that is about the first surgery for the neonates. And then second surgery, when it is done means the 6 to 9 months of age group only they are doing this surgical intervention, that is bidirectional Glenn shunt, that is end to side anastomosis of supravenous catheterization they are doing, and then right atrium they are doing the surgeries, that is bidirectional Glenn shunt. Here they are direct the supra SVC and then pulmonary artery. Okay, here they are maintaining the shunt, that is end to side anastomosis they are doing. Okay, and then third surgery is done at the age of 18 months to 3 years of age group, that is Fontaine complexion. Okay, here it is done IVC intravenous inferior vena cava to pulmonary artery. Okay, here previous the second surgery is done in the superior vena cava to pulmonary artery they are doing the surgery. Okay, in the second surgery. In the third surgery what they are doing means inferior vena cava to the pulmonary artery connection they are doing, that is extra cardiac conduit or intracardiac baffle they are doing this surgery. Okay, here second surgery they are doing superior vena cava to the pulmonary artery they are maintaining one shunt. In the third surgery that is done at the 18 months to 3 years of age group, they are like they do the surgery, make a shunt in between the inferior vena cava and then pulmonary artery. Okay, this is about the surgical intervention of tricuspid atresia. Okay, and coming to the complications of tricuspid atresia, that is congestive heart failure and then persistent pleural effusion is there, especially after the second and then third surgical repairs. Okay, third stage surgical repairs, the child is suffered with the persistent pleural effusion is there, and then thrombus formation in the systemic venous system. Okay, so child is suffered with the thrombus formation, and infective endocarditis is there, and rarely heart block also is there. Okay, this is about the This is about the tricuspid atresia. All of you clear what is just I am giving brief summarization conclusion of this tricuspid atresia. What is tricuspid atresia? Here the congenital absence of the tricuspid valve is called as tricuspid atresia. Where this tricuspid valve is there means in between the right atrium and then right ventricle, one valve is there in between that is called as tricuspid valve. Here the atresia is there. At the same time right ventricle is having hypoplastic. So at the same time child is suffered with the pulmonary artery narrowing. It is associated defects is there, that is ASD, VSD, patent ducted osteosis. Okay, these are the conditions is associated. So the main clinical feature of this tricuspid atresia is like an left ventricular hypertrophy is there, right ventricular hypertrophy, and the child is suffered with the cyanosis, severe cyanosis is there. Okay, intubation also is needed for these conditions. Okay, this is about the clinical features, and then surgical intervention is what first stage, second stage and third stage surgery is there. Okay, first stage surgery is done at the age of neonate, second stage surgery is done at the age of 6 to 9 months of age group. In that superior vena cava to pulmonary artery, they are do the end to side anastomosis. Okay, here the third stage surgery is done at the age of 18 months to 3 years of age group. That inferior vena cava to pulmonary artery, they are make one connection in between that. Okay, this is about the surgical intervention. All of you clear? This is about the tricuspid atresia. It is a congenital cyanotic heart disease.